Welcome to another edition of In the Spotlight with the Minnesota Magicians. I'm Jimmy Lillidahl, play-by-play voice of the Magic. The Magicians playing a 3-game weekend, 3 games in 3 days, and it all started in Cloquet against the Cloquet Wilderness. It was a 3-2 final in overtime as the Magic were able to come out on top. The scoring started 3 minutes into the game with John Siebenthaler, his 5th of the season. Hunter Lelig gets an assist. That's his 8th assist on the season as the first period came to a conclusion. Second stanza from Cloquet. Luke Dow gets his 3rd of the season for the Wilderness. Tim Nixick and Michael Zufante get assists as the game was tied at 1. Cloquet takes the lead 2-1. Tim Nixick gets the goal. Luke Dow and Tyler Vold get the assists. The game went to the 3rd period with the Magic trailing 2-1. Nikita Kozyrev gets his 5th goal of the season. Caleb Height gets an assist, as well as Davis Kirkendall, today's guest. So the Magic tie it up at 2 goals apiece. The Magic scored 1 goal in the overtime as it went to the extra frames. 1 goal that decided it. Obviously, it came off the stick held by Will Hammer, his 8th of the season. Mitch Slattery and Jake Cass get the assists. The Magicians beat the Wilderness 3-2 in overtime on Thursday. On Friday, the Magic taking on the Austin Bruins down in hostile territory against the Bruins. It was not the greatest game for the Magic. They fell 4-1. It was a 4-1 loss. The Magic did start the scoring. Timo Walter scores on the power play. Will Hammer and Brendan Skarta get the assist. Austin rolled with 4 goals after the Walter goal, 2 in the first period, 1 coming from Evan Cholak. AJ Drobot and Travis Cothenbutel get the assist, and then Austin made it 2-1, a Cothenbutel goal. Evan Cholak and AJ Drobot get the assist. It went to the 2nd period. Michael Pyler gets the goal. Travis Cothenbutel gets an assist. Jan Stefka also getting an assist as the Bruins scored 1 more to conclude this one. Evan Cholak, Travis Cothenbutel had 4 points as he gets another assist. AJ Drobot gets an assist as the Bruins edge the Magicians 4-1 at Riverside Arena down south. On Saturday, the Magicians concluded play on the weekend. Another game with extra hockey. A 3-2 shootout win for the Minnesota Magicians over the Austin Bruins. It was a rematch from Friday night, a home-and-home set. As the Magicians started the scoring halfway through the first period, Cam Buell gets set up by Mitch Slattery. The captain, Travis Brown, also had an assist. It went to the 2nd period where the Bruins were able to tie it up at 1. Travis Cothenbutel gets the goal, his 7th of the season. AJ Drobot and Evan Cholak get the assist. Austin made it 2-1 with a Charlie Spetz goal. Michael Pyler had an assist. So the Magic need to score a goal late in the 3rd period. They pull their goaltender and get one from Brendan Skarta. Will Hammer and Travis Brown get the assist. Skarta nets his 7th of the season, ties the game at 2 with 1 minute and 4 seconds left. Again, the Magicians had pulled their goaltender, had 6 bodies out there. A huge goal for Brendan Skarta as the Magicians sent the game to overtime. In the 3-on-3 5-minute overtime, no team scored. It went to a shootout. And both teams kind of struggled with the shootout. No one scored until it was Travis Brown, and that was the decider as the Magicians beat the Austin Bruins 3-2 in a shootout on Saturday night and win 2 of 3 possible games on the weekend. Welcome back to In the Spotlight with the Minnesota Magicians. I'm alongside Davis Kirkendall. Davis, 3 games in 3 days and then 2 wins in extra frames. It was a fun weekend.
Yeah, it was tough. Like those extra frames, they take a lot out of you. You're nervous the whole time, and like teams tend to try a little harder in extra frames too. So it was really nice to get those 2 late victories, and it's great for us, because we're always happy. Like you're happier if you win in extra frames as opposed to like beating someone. So it was nice to get 2 wins out of 3, and just coming back again this week with happy. We're all happy about it, and so yeah, it was a tough weekend, but it was good overall.
USA Hockey making the move to go 3-on-3 for 5 minutes. Was that a good move?
I think so. I mean, it's really fun for everybody, and you know, in the NHL, you get to see a lot of skill plays that you wouldn't, and you know, it's fun for us too. You know, like there's so many just 2-on-1s and 3-on-2s and odd man rushes that it gets a lot of people excited, and you know, I personally like watching it, so I think so.
Goaltending's been solid. Obviously, you need to have good goaltending to rack up wins like you guys have been doing. 2 Russian goaltenders in net.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting because Daniil is like really loud, you know, and like talkative, and Ivan doesn't know English. So it's like you get like Daniil who's always like yelling at you and stuff, and then you get Ivan who just kind of like looks at you and you're like, "How you doing, Ivan?" He's like, "Good, good." So, you know, like it's different with that, but I mean, they're both great, and you know, they keep things interesting. You know, sometimes at morning skates we have scoring competitions, and you know, they're hard to score on, so that always keeps it fun too.
Jake Cass had a rough weekend, lost 4 teeth. Now he's wearing a cage, thankfully. What's your take on that? That's something you don't see happen in high school hockey.
No, I mean, Cass just, that was brutal for him. You know, like, unfortunately, when he came off the ice after he got hit in the mouth in Austin, he was like sitting right next to me, and I looked over and his mouth was like purple and like yellow, and then it had like some clear like pus coming out, and that was disgusting. Like, I was legitimately sick to my stomach for like 5 minutes, and you know, you just got to feel bad for the guy, you know? Like, you never want to see anybody get hit in the face, but if it's like a teammate and like a guy you know, it sucks. But for Cass to come back and even play like with a cage on, I mean, the kid is just ridiculously tough. So you got to give him a lot of props for that, for sure.
Couple of road games here, not serious trips, a Wednesday game and then a game over the weekend, a little bit before you guys get back home. What are those short roadies like?
They're really fun, you know. Like on the way up there, Noah Wilson's normally my bus buddy, so me and him normally, you know, crack open a bag of seeds and share, you know, how we're doing, and you know, like eat some beef jerky on the way and kind of grind out a movie. I got kicked out of movie duty though. I wasn't doing a good job. I was bringing in like serious movies, which none of the boys wanted. They wanted comedy ones. Yep. So, you know, that was, you know, I'm disappointed I got kicked out of it, but, you know, it's pretty fun. You know, we all have a good time, and the way back is fun if you win, but if you lose, it's tough. So we've been having good times. So I like them.
Something that fans notice with you is your work ethic on and off the ice. Where does that come from?
My dad just always tells me, you know, like, if you can control 2 things, it's your attitude and your effort. And so I always try to come in with a smile on my face, and just, you know, I may not have the best execution always, but I'm always trying my best, you know, and I think that's all you can ask for is just, you know, I just always try to give 100%, and, you know, just that's kind of my thing. So if I'm not giving 100%, you know, I'm not really good to anybody.
Last year it was Honey Baked. You started the season in Des Moines in the United States League, an opportunity for you to come back home and something I say a lot here, but sleep in your own bed. It's a privilege. Yeah,
I mean, it's awesome living at home and playing juniors, you know. Like last year I lived with my coach, so it was a little scary sometimes, you know. And then in Des Moines, my billets were great too, but there's something about just like living at your own house and like your mom making you scrambled eggs that you've had all your life. You know, my mom makes the best scrambled eggs out there, so you know, like it's great living at home and, you know, being able to see my mom and dad and my brother too a lot because he's in his senior year, so it's great just being around them all the time.
Who are some of the guys that are there for you? You're in 97, so you're not one of the older guys in the team. Yeah. You still have a year left of eligibility after this season. So who are some of the 96s that, you know, guys you can turn to, guys that support some of the younger guys? I mean, heck, there's some 99s in this team.
Yeah. I'd say, you know, Hammer is a great leader. He's always, you know, pumping up the boys, and Slats is like hilarious. You know, he does a really, really good job of getting everybody ready to go. And since we've been on these roadies, we've been having like split locker rooms, and so Slats is always yelling at everybody in the forward locker rooms and getting everybody ready to go. And like Cass, I mean, he just showed his toughness. You know, the guy just works really hard. And you know, Bumpy, he's a 97, but like he sits next to me in the locker room, and we always keep it really loose. So he's a good guy to, you know, be around and always keep everybody positive. So, you know, and can't forget Brown. You know,
Yep.
Brown's awesome. He's really funny, and he does the same thing as the other guys do. Just always, you know, keeps people going and always, you know, gets us ready to play. So.
Before we go here, I wanted to talk about the team unity. You can't have a successful team when you don't have that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Magicians teams didn't have it in the past, but this season you can just see it, you can sense it. I can sense it when you guys are running around the building, lifting weights. It's positive, great energy. It's fun just to be in the same room as you guys. You know, explain some of that. I mean, there's no cliques. It's something beautiful to see. It really is.
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, all of the weightlifting groups, you know, like my 930 group's only 6 guys, but it's not like us 6 guys only hang out with each other. You know, like we're always together, and it's just our leaders do a really good job of making sure that everybody's involved. You know, like if someone's doing something, we're all invited to do it. It's not just like, you know, this guy, and this guy are the only people hanging out. We just all really like each other, and we know that when you win games, hockey's fun.
Yep.
You know, and the only way to win a team game is to be a team, and I think we all do a really good job of liking each other, and, you know, no one's always like, oh, like, I can't believe that guy said something, you know what I mean? Like, we just always really, you know, listen to each other and just love being around each other and always have a good time.
Davis, thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Welcome back to In the Spotlight with the Magic. A big thanks to Davis Kirkendall for taking the time. The Magicians will play 2 road games over the week. On the 23rd, that's Wednesday, the Magicians play the Wilderness, and then on the 26th, the Magicians will take on the Austin Bruins. Both those games you can check out on Hockey TV if you are unable to make the road trip. And then on the 3rd of December, the Magicians are back at home. This week's alumni update, Brady Hepner playing at St. John's University. 4 points in 5 games for Brady Hepner, as he is the all-time point leader for the Minnesota Magicians. And Brady Hepner getting some serious playing time as a freshman over at St. John's. That's going to do it for another edition of In the Spotlight. So long, everybody.